These are the pictures you've seen of January 6th. They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every media outlet in America for the last 2 years. There's a reason for that. But it turns out there's quite a bit of video you haven't seen. And that video tells a very different story about what happened on January 6th. We're about to show you surveillance footage from inside the United States Capitol. The images you'll see were recorded 26 months ago today, on January 6, 2021. Until now, politicians have kept this tape hidden from the public. There is no legitimate justification for that, and there never has been. The real crime, they will tell you again and again, is not what happened on Election Day 2020. The real crime is what happened 2 months later on January 6th, when Donald Trump led an insurrection against the duly elected American government. But what the committee did not do was explain what happened inside the Capitol on January 6th. Committee members lied about what they saw and then hid the evidence from the public, as well as from January 6th criminal defendants and their lawyers. And one more thing. Virtually no one in Washington, Republican or Democrat, certainly not in the news media, wanted to see this tape released tonight. That's why it's remained hidden for more than 2 years.
Before we get into this footage of this insurrection of Jan 6, let's talk about a more recent story. And before that, welcome to Mika Reacts and Reviews, where we react and review to things on the internet. There was a recent story or a recent development of Antifa. If you don't know, Antifa is supposed to be anti-fascist, but they're fascist themselves because they do violent riots to shut down opposition, to shut down conversation, and to shut down ideas. That is fascist. They recently bombarded a government facility. I think it was like a training facility for firefighters and police officers, or just police officers. And there were some people detained, a little over 30, and some people were arrested, a little over 25, and everyone is downplaying this. I saw this on Temple was talking about this. Everyone's downplaying it. Even Fox News is calling this, it's just a demonstration, it's just a protest.
All right, well, let's just jump into this first story. We got this from Fox News. Atlanta Cop City Anarchy sees at least 35 agitators detained, part of an international group. Suspects from France, Canada, and out of Georgia among those arrested in significant escalation at Atlanta's police and fire training facility. We got a video here from Andy No on YouTube, which I will play just a portion of so you can see just some of the scale of this degree of extremism. This is a government facility. There's what looks like power lines, construction equipment, and hordes of people running in and ransacking things. Now, of course, you've got many on the left trying to claim that it's not organized, it's just a demonstration, it was all impromptu, blah, blah, blah. But that is absolutely not true. You have people who have been occupying this location for years, people who have burned down houses. One private citizen had his truck set on fire and flipped over. They brought in guns from across state lines. They're ransacking another government facility, and they're calling it a demonstration. I think Fox News even calls it this. They say, a group of agitators.
I didn't know protests included aggressive, violent actions. I thought protests was you taking over a space and you demanding or speaking the things that you want to see changed in your country. But I guess we're slowly becoming friends, where they have like car bombings on a daily basis and violent black mask rioting all the time, and it just become normalized, and they just accepted it and have to kind of like almost placate to them as, they're just oppressed and we just have to hear their voices, and this is just their way of protesting, and you can't really judge other people's ways of protest and blah, blah, blah. They're allowed to interrupt everyone else's lives because of their grievances. This is normalized in France. I remember even talking to someone, when I was living overseas, someone from France, and I love talking to people from other countries because I like to sort of investigate whether the stuff I hear on the internet is true or if it's just more or less propaganda. So I asked the person, like, is it true that there's like all these protests and these riots and these these car bombings? And this person literally was like, oh no, it's not that bad. We have like one like every week or something like that. What? And again, these aren't just like simple protests where people are standing with signs in front of government buildings. These are riot, black mask, violent, aggressive attacks. And she's just like, yeah, we have them, but it's not so bad. We have them on a regular basis, but it's not so bad. So basically, America is going to become that, where even Fox News is going to downplay violent attacks from an organization of Antifa, and it is organized. Just because it's not centralized doesn't mean it's not organized, and they're just normalizing it basically, so you can slowly be coddled to sleep and ignore it and just accept it and just go, okay, it's fine, whatever. Just like they're going to normalize and desensitize you from the grooming of children. We're not going to make a big fuss about it. We're going to pretend it's okay and it's fine and it's normal. And eventually you just get sick of being pissed off about it, if you are even pissed off about it. Because I really don't know why I don't see more people outraged about the grooming of children.
And let's not forget the summer of the BLM riots that all mainstream news outlets deem the summer of love and mostly peaceful.
Overnight, growing national unrest. BC News correspondent Jolene Kent caught in the chaos.
Oh my gosh.
But able to evacuate safely.
Overnight, Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto parts store in flames. Others seen looting a local Target. All of it after demonstrators approached one of the city's police precincts.
We're about to lose the front of the precinct if we don't move this crowd out of the front.
So the violent attack of Antifa is just a demonstration, just some, a few agitators. The Summer of Love of Antifa and Black Lives Matter riot, destroying people's communities, the same communities of the people they say they're trying to protect and help. That was just a summer of love. That was nothing, right? Multiple people lost their lives, but the man in horns playing cosplay, LARPing, being guided and directed into a Capitol building with security around them the entire time, opening doors for them, letting him in. That's an insurrection. That is something Americans should be absolutely terrified of.
More than 40,000 hours of surveillance footage from in and around the Capitol have been withheld from the public. And once you see the video, you'll understand why. Taken as a whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection. In fact, it demolishes that claim. And that's exactly why the Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it. By controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened, and you would never know the difference. Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe, that we could charge as many people as possible.
The first thing you notice from viewing the full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful. They were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists. They were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol. They obviously revere the Capitol. They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. They believe in the system. Here's the man you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber. These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally. After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd broke windows. Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others just walked in.
They're gonna make that the story.
Of course, they did make it the story. And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley. often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us in this building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video, some of which has never before been seen, with the depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him. Shoot him. Like, you burst into the United States, if he was dressed like bin Laden, would you have shot him?
It makes you wonder, who are the violent extremists here?
But the black clad, everyone dressed in black, mostly white people, call themselves Antifa, firebombing things. That's fine. That's normal. We should accept that. That's okay. But a guy being guided by security into a building, that's terrifying. And this is why you shouldn't vote for Trump. I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy. If it isn't already blatantly clear, the news media can literally in your face call once again a man being guided by security into a building an insurrection, but call the whole summer of BLM Antifa riots as the summer of love and protest, and then call this violent aggressive act as just a demonstration. Right in your face, right directly in your face. They are showing you the narrative that they're going to continue to push. They don't care about your outrage. They're going to continue to push it until it's normalized. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal mail link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below and links to all of the eternal platforms I'm on, including my Minds.com, my Odyssey account, my Discord, my Rumble account, my Twitter, and all the links to all the other YouTube channels I have is in the description box below in the community tab and the about section of this channel. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.